I don't know. There's been a few, like a 2-3 hour window in which it was like, are we going to record? We're about to record. We should record. We'll record for this. This came up. We'll record. We'll record. We'll record. Mm. And all those times I kind of went through different, waves of emotions of, don't talk about, what do I talk about? What should I talk about? Is this worth talking about? All that stuff. Mm. And then it's like, after getting an update on this, it really is a beautiful thing, the daily updates of Brendan Schaub being documented for the internet. And getting these nice little, bite-sized clunks of what this guy is. And it's like, the fact that video just ended on, him literally piss on his pants, talking about, hey, I don't think it's that noticeable. And Brian Callen's like, no, I can see. He's like, I guess right here you can see. There's just a giant piss stain right next to his dick. And he's like, I don't know, that's not a big deal. And it's like, dude, how about you just it's not live. Just stop the podcast. Go change. Go borrow some other idiot's pants. I'm sure all the guys you hire are dressed like you. It's just ridiculous.
I'm sure everybody else is dressed like you.
Yeah, it's probably every other idiot who works there is dressed like you.
Well, he's just like a lunatic. That photo guy dressed like him,
wearing the sleeveless sweatshirt with a bandana around the neck and glasses, is batshit to the walls, crazy. Okay, that's like just about as far down you can go of still being designer but also being trash. It's right in that sweet spot.
A lot of guys spend their entire life trying to figure out that exact style. I
don't think anyone does, actually. I think it's just natural God-given talent he happens to possess. Because realistically, he's talking about those things that he's good at. I just got thick skin. I'm just so cool. I'm so tough and everything else. It's like, yeah, it's really, most people get one thing.
Well, he's lucky enough he got all the things.
He got all the things. And, there's always that other thing people say, which I guess isn't true in this case. I guess there's always an outlier. There's always, the anomalies and everything. Because they always say that, someone who is a good fighter, right, won't shut up about it. Someone who's a great fighter doesn't have to say anything at all.
Yeah. If anything, they actively choose not to
talk about it. But I guess it goes one step further with Brendan Schaub when you're the greatest fighter of all time, you never shut up. It goes full circle again. It's like how, I don't know, when you're a little kid, you love your parents, and then when you're a shitty teenager, you hate your parents, and then when you're an adult again, I love my parents.
Yeah.
So it goes the whole entire, when you're a good fighter, you talk trash. When you're a great fighter, you don't have to talk any trash at all. But when you're the greatest fighter, it goes back to it regresses back to that, adolescent brain of being like, I fucking love my parents. And it goes to the whole entire, I'm the greatest fucking fighter of all time.
Well, when you're that good at something, why would you waste any time or energy talking about anything but how good you are at that thing? Why not just concentrate on your accomplishments?
Honestly, yeah.
Why waste your precious air about anything else?
That's a good point. Honestly, it's like, you could wait, what? We're supposed to believe Brendan Schaub's a great reader? No. Right?
It's like LeBron reads.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very first page kind of reader.
What do you think of the book that you're reading so far? What do you think about his teachings?
Well,
I just started.
I did just start reading it.
What can you tell about it so far?
I can tell you that it's in the 60s, and that a lot of what Malcolm X is saying in here, a lot of it, you can see a lot of it in the way the world is today. And that's the 60s. And now it's the 2020s. So that's almost like a couple hundred years.
That's inspired, LeBron.
And it's like, interesting. You gathered all that just from page 1, LeBron. He's like, yeah.
The book jacket, actually.
How long have you been reading the book for?
The last 7 years. But I just started.
Good question. Well, it's in the 60s. And... But no, it makes sense because why would Brendan Schaub waste time talking about
LeBron talks
the finer things in
LeBron
life?
Talks just like Brendan Schaub though. When he gets called out,
the only difference though, I don't like LeBron more than the next guy, but okay, but I have a little too much respect for him to compare him to keep this comparison to Brendan Schaub going any further. Brendan Schaub is a fucking D3 fullback who says he went to the draft combine and benched 225 49 times.
We're talking about 2 all-time greats here, okay?
Yeah,
and if one guy,
you're right, Bapa and LeChoke artist.
We just watched LeChoke artist on the other day with something.
Lefraud sweat,
where he's talking about seeing it, and they were like, "Oh, the co-host had to be in whatever he claimed he watched, right?" And they were like, "The co-host, oh, he's in there." He goes, "Oh yeah, I did know that.
I did see the game. I did see that. Yeah. I saw. I didn't see the score live, but I saw a clip about it. Yeah, I did see that. I'm very excited about that."
And what's the other guy's dumb nickname? Baba.
Bapa?
What does Bapa always do? You say one thing, he says the last thing.
He doesn't know. He just changes his mind. Whatever. The second you challenge him, he
so does
immediately goes the other
LeBron.
way.
Two greats. They all do that.
That's honestly true. Actually,
if you want to be great, you have to do that.
Yeah, you gotta be just laughable. And who's not more laughable than LeBron is? What about LeBron isn't funny?
Not a hell of a lot.
Everything about LeBron. No. Nothing about LeBron himself. He's no personality whatsoever. It's blank as a board. Everything's bullshit, right?
That in itself is hilarious,
but
though.
That's funny. That's fucking cash money of him. That's smart. Can't offend anyone. But he should be so boring and plain that everyone's just like, God, what a goof. What a fucking goofball, dude. Michael Jordan was just slamming dick. Right, and then Michael Jordan. I couldn't say LeBron. So Michael Jordan again. Because we're talking about Jordan.
Why you did that?
Michael Jordan.
Just short circuit.
Fucking LeBron James again. What's he doing? Reading the first page of a book.
It's a pretty big book, dude.
Posting pictures of him working out. That's sick. You know what fucking LeBron's workouts are? Him on a fucking bicycle. Okay. Jordan's workouts are him being ridden like a bicycle. Okay.
Nice.
It's like apples and oranges, okay? They're both fruits, but one's a lot fruitier than the other fruit, okay? One's a hell of a lot of sugar, okay? And then you got Brendan Schaub on the other end of the coin. You know, the head and the tails. You got the head, LeBron, and the tail. We gotta get a third, so it's like the fucking the Hydra or whatever, the three-headed snake. Mm-hmm. The Hydra. It's a Percy Jackson shit, you know? Just some good old Percy Jackson shit.
Dude, I told you that shit's fucking
You ever see
awesome.
those things in a museum, bro? Pretty sticky situation to find yourself in. Trying to fight a Hydra in a museum without breaking too much valuable shit.
Dude, I've been caught in that situation many times.
Would you rather fight a Hydra or that three-headed dog from Harry Potter? It might have been a two-headed dog, come to think of it.
No, it was a three-headed dog.
Three-headed dog?
I think it was a three-headed dog and a seven-headed Hydra.
That's bananas.
I think that's how...
I think I'd rather fight the dog.
Yeah, because you can just play fetch with the dog.
Honestly, isn't that how they solve it in the movie?
Huh?
Is that that's a kid? First off, if they solve that, I don't remember Chamber of Secrets or whatever. I think it's the one it's in. If they solve that problem, quote unquote, of a big scary dog in any other way opposed to like playing fetch or like, you know, saying roll over or something, I'm gonna be deeply disappointed with Christopher Columbus.
See, for me, the Harry Potter movies are kind of like a dream where I can remember getting.
I remember I saw him.
Exactly, I can remember I saw this scene, but I have no idea what happened before this scene. How I got to this.
I remember.
Scene.
Here's like the only thing I remember from like the last three movies right here. I remember there's a scene where they go into a fucking like a bakery. And they start having like a fight to the death with wands and shit. And I thought, this is weird. I remember there's a scene with the fat kid when he's like, fuck you, Harry. Fuck you. And he runs away with the Dementors chasing him in a tunnel. And he gets all scared and like shits himself. His cousin.
Fuck you, Harry.
Fuck you. And he runs into like the fucking. And also, they just really. Those movies do a great job of showing you the magical the wizarding world of fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah,
and then they juxtapose that with just how shitty and trashy fucking Britain is. Just the slums and just this dirtiness and everything's gray and run down.
It really looks like
disgusting.
a terrible fucking city.
And everyone's just gross and the Dursleys suck. I remember that scene. And then I remember the part where. Fucking Michael Gambon's shitty
of the last
Dumbledore.
three. That's the third movie.
Shut up. The one where
So you remember nothing of the
Dumbledore
last three.
is in the Half-Blood Prince, and he's just like force feeding himself, or Harry's force feeding him out of a conch, this poison. He's like, "Fucking give me more, Harry!" And he's just yelling. It's such a weird movie. He's a terrible actor, that guy.
Yeah, once they hit like fucking book 5, it goes
once Richard
downhill.
Harris died, the movie's really fell off.
I never read the books. But like
I did.
Okay, so does Dumbledore become like a huge fucking prick randomly?
I do not believe
so. Because once Richard Harris died, that guy was a fucking asshole.
I think it was one of those things where it was like, well, he's just doing it his way, and where he has his method.
No, fuck that.
I think he's supposed to be like considered a great actor.
Actually, we talked about this before in the scene in Goblet of Fire when he throws his fucking
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Remember he physically attacks Harry.
Yeah, but in the book it's written as in a whisper.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's literally written as in a whisper.
Dude, he's like choking Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, trust me later on. But then doesn't it turn out that he was just a fucking prick the whole time?
Honestly, the only way they could have saved Michael Gambon's character would if they had a moment of him like doing the whole entire like the scene with Jason Robards in the end of Magnolia when he's talking about how he's like, well, I guess it's the beginning more so. It's kind of all over, kind of all of his scenes since he's dying. The part where he's talking about how he remembers things, but he can't remember the timeline. He starts getting all frustrated. That old man, dementia, angry, frustrated, just I don't know I can't control my feelings, right? Mm-hmm. If Michael Gambon turned to be that one where he just full out went, oh, he's actually delusional, that would have been a cool story. No, they're like, no, he's the good guy.
That would have been fucking cool.
And yeah, apparently, I feel really bad for fucking Jude Law that hot piece of man ass has to apparently, according to the universe, age into that disgusting
Dude, if Jude Law agents Richard Harris, what a graceful age.
I mean, I still have a bit of a steep decline.
It's a steep decline, but he's got that majestic voice. He's got a great full set of hair. Well, I think Jude Law's voice should
probably be. Well, that's fucking fucked up. You even said that, Robbie. That's fucking rude.
That was unintentional.
You're gonna mention Jude Law, and then in the same sentence say full head of hair.
Dude, that wasn't even planned.
You know how fucked up that is to do to Jude Law. You're gonna come in here and say Jude Law, blah blah blah, full head of hair. What are you trying to do? Trying to kill the guy?
Dude, sometimes great things just happen. You know what must hurt
when someone's like, "Oh my God, Jude! Oh my God, I'm such a big fan of yours. Can I get a photo?" And he's a nice guy. He's like, "Yeah, of course you can get a photo." You know,
do you mind taking the hat off?
Doesn't matter that I'm eating. You know, sure, I'll stop doing what I'm doing, take a photo with you, right? And then they take the photo, and then he's such a nice guy too. Okay, the person's like, "Ooh, am I? You want to take another one? Let's take another one." He has like 5 photos. Talk about them. Talk about their lives. Like, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah." Right? And then he's finally, he's like, "So, you know, well, you know, what are you a fan of? Like, what do you like me in?" And he's always hoping they're going to say, like, "Okay, Dom Hemingway. That movie with Amelia Clark, where people saw the cover and they're like, whoa, what's happening to Jude Law's hairline? Hold on a second." Things are happening. So say, because I just get one person to say they saw Dom Hemingway and liked it, and my hairline wasn't an issue for them, then I can finally feel that confidence I once felt in my 20s again, right? You know what that son of a bitch says to him after all that nice conversation? After he tries so hard, he's like, "God, please today let it be the day." They're like, "Yeah, talented Mr. Ripley was fucking insane." He's like, "Damn it!"
I was gorgeous.
And he gets reminded again. He's like, "I don't have the hair anymore. I don't have the jaw anymore. I don't have the fucking sweet clothes anymore. His eyes aren't even as blue anymore. It's fucked up."
Honestly, though, he should just do the Billy Zane route and just shave it all off.
He should do the Billy Zane route.
Shave it off.
Instead of doing the whole barely any hair there with a thick mustache, I'd vote Billy Zane full beard.
Billy Zane that shit off.
No fucking hair. But Billy Zane's crazy because Billy Zane was actually bald like
his entire
career wearing wigs. And it's really crazy to me how sometimes every once in a while you'll get this one actor who's able to wear a wig and completely make it look like it's a real piece of hair. You know, it's your real top quality actor. It's your Billy Zanes. It's your Corbin Burnsons. It's your Kurtwood Smiths, right?
Dude, that's such a great obscure. Everyone knows who he is for sure.
Everyone knows who it is.
Knows who you're talking about. It's amazing. Man. What a reference, bro.
So yeah, that's like the Mount Rushmore of hair pieces. The Mount Rushmore of greatest athletes of all time is probably LeBron James, Bapa himself. And then, I mean, I was going to actually name 2 actual all-time greats, but then it's like, do I really want to even dismerge them and be all like, you know, oof. I jokingly put your name next to Bapa, next to Brendan Schaub, next to Gringo Poppy.
Honestly, that'd be an insult to Gringo Poppy because he's the best.
Because he's the best of the best, yeah. It wouldn't be a Mount Rushmore. It'd be just...
It's just the 2 of them.
Yeah. It'd be like just the Stalin. We should do that.
Is that Fez?
No. Stalingrad, and we'll have the big, 75-foot long, tall statue of Brendan Schaub. With the piss stain on his pants and everything.
Well, yeah, it needs to be authentic so we can really understand
pissing
the
in a sink, maybe. We'll do the
prime.
the Bapa pissing in a sink shot.
You know the statue.
Then again, though, you know what? That was me lacking transparency there for a second, where I was throwing unnecessary shade at Bapa over there when I was being all like pissing in a sink. I get it. I'll be honest, I get it.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Sometimes, you know what? It feels nice sometimes to throw a wrench in the works. To say I'm not going to be a part of the establishment.
Yeah.
Some personal victories. Okay, maybe instead of going crazy and cutting off heads and shit to make your point, maybe start pissing in sinks more. It's like the whole silent. When like those fucking college bitches are like, no one wears shoes today.
Yep.
We're all protesting.
I hate that shit.
So no one's wearing shoes today.
Fucking if peeing in the
sink. Oh,
that's
cool. That's interesting. And what were you protesting? Refugees in Ghana
who can't afford shoes.
Are you like donating your shoes? No. They're my favorite pair of shoes. I'm gonna wear those tomorrow.
We're raising awareness.
To who?
Well, did you know about it before we had this conversation?
No, but now I think it's dumb.
So you're not.
If you just had a sign that said what you're doing, I would have thought, oh, that's something. But now that I realize you're walking around barefoot with your dirty ass fucking feet, I hope they starve.
Yeah, it's ironic that's the thought process you think one would have in a normal, common understanding of how anything works.
You think?
Let me tell you this though: if peeing in the sink is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
So man, I can tell you were sitting on that one for a whole minute.
Sitting on that one for the last 3 days when I thought of it.
A serious pro to recording out here in this situation is it's super chill and comfortable, and a serious pro to the whole when we graduated, when we evolved past having mic stands because we realized that that's fucking the way of the past, right? That shit's fucking 80s lame, right? We don't need a goddamn microphone stand. You know what's more personal than a microphone stand? going, oh, you can't see, there's no recording? Maybe you can hear, kind of? Explain what I'm doing, Robbie. Look at this magic work right now.
He is tossing the microphone from one hand to the other.
Now I'm over there. Now I'm over here. From left to right,
so much
from left
room
to
for
right, crossing
activities.
over. Tossing this microphone back and forth. I can't do it with a microphone stand, right? But now I can. Hold it in my left hand, hold it in my right hand.
We actually are taking advantage of this,
The only issue, though, that's where you can walk around, too. It's crazy. The only issue, though, the only con, the only drawback, the only negative thing is the fact that now it's like, well, where do I put the ball and keep talking when I'm trying to pack a bowl?
Ooh.
It's tough. We're going to have to go with this weird, in between the knees, like fucking Claire from Breakfast Club sort of ordeal here,
Nice. No, I figured it out, bro. You're going to be proud of this
I already got it,
one.
dude. Stop talking. Stop trying to be smarter than me, all right?
I'm not smart. I came with the solution to your problem.
Yeah, what's that?
We always saw how we need a third. We need to hire someone.
Right. We do need to hire someone.
Let's not hire someone to talk, because fuck that. Hire them to hold the microphone for us so you can keep talking while you smoke. See? I am smarter than you. You've been holding me back this whole fucking time. I told you, bro. We've been playing 2K now. I'm better than you, Alex. You think you can hold me back anymore? Bitch, you have a fucking rude awakening coming for you, my friend. Because I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
Yeah. You're in for a rude awakening, my friend. Because hell's... Did you just say hell's coming and hell's coming with me? Did you just
I hope
say
the
both
guy
parts
didn't say
of
it that way. No, I hope I said it the right way.
So the actual line... Again, you might not have. I'm not sure. I was smoking when that happened.
I don't know anymore either. But
the line is, you tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
No, I didn't say that. I know for a fact I didn't say that.
What I think you said is tell him hell's coming, and hell's coming with me.
No. What I think I said was, you have a rude awakening, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that was lame. Yeah, so that was the first mistake.
Because I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. That's what I think I said. No, I know for a fact that's what I said,
you definitely said.
Who's standing up? I have all the power right now. I have the high ground.
You do have the high ground. I was going to stand up, but you already have the high ground. If I stand up, then we just both of them, then it's equal play. Then you just stand up. I don't know. You have the high ground. You won this one.
Yeah, I did.
That's very rare. It's like when we're taking these the 2K score notes. And I'm saying how you wrote like, oh, why'd you only write Robbie one on this one, but you didn't write Alex one on the other one? Because I'm just assuming I won them.
Okay.
So I'm only putting the distinction if I lost on the 2 times you've won. Those are the asterisks,
I think what that actually reveals is I maybe won other games, but the score was so close to tell. You can live with yourself with the live
no,
saying
I did
you
in
won
fact
that game.
put the team name and the score and the initial of who. I only actually specified writing in bold Robbie won, so that when you're scrolling, like, what's that? Why is that one? Like, oh, Robbie, that's crazy. And then it's another 50, 60 games. Oh, wait, look, right, Robbie won one.
I think you knew it wouldn't be believable if it just showed you won all of them.
Right. Again, if you want, I'll read the stats and I'll be like, oh wow, Alex is just playing better across the entire.
Read the stats stuff, guy.
Let's see what the most recent game was.
I'm like, what are they called? Broken steeds? Is that what they are? All I can think about is 2K now, man. All I think about is 2K. What are the horses called before they're broken in?
Oh, okay.
I was trying to go with one of those metaphors. All I think about now is 2K, bro. I think about it. I dream about it. I breathe
all right, ready?
About it,
Pelicans
talk about
versus Cavs. Right?
I definitely won this one.
What?
I won this one for
you
sure.
You lost 121 to 116.
What did I play as?
The Cavs.
I totally won this one.
You lost, actually.
Didn't I have LeBron on my team? The great?
No, you're playing as the current day Cavs.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you had Spidey, you had Donovan Mitchell, Mr. fucking flex after every single shot.
No, I'm pretty sure I won this one.
You lost again, 121 to. Okay, let's do quick math, everyone here. Alrighty, your top scorer 34 points. My top scorer 31 points.
Sounds like I'm in the lead so far.
All right, so Brandon Ingram, BI 31 points.
Dude, I fucking caught you. You mixed the scores around. I fucking caught you. You just admitted that I got a higher score point. So you just took the final score and flipped it. So did you
Darius Garland 28 points.
That's
Zion Williamson. Yeah.
23.
31.
All right, so you got lucky with that one.
Jared Allen for you, 22. CJ McCollum for me.
What, 12?
24.
That's barely
Isaac
winning.
Okoro for you, 16.
Yeah, what'd you get? 11.
11, you think?
Yeah.
Try 19.
Okay. I think you flipped
your
the
last
stats.
person.
It doesn't make any sense.
Your last person, Mobley, 16. Big Val, also 16.
Like I said.
But I won by 5 points.
How can you even be sure of that? We already established that fuck, I don't believe that.
And also, it's like, dude, like fucking Ingram, 31, 8, and 11. Do you see how I'm just facilitating? Zion, 31, 5, 5, 2, and 2. CJ, 24, 2, and 13. Big Val, 16, and 13, and 8.
Yeah, why don't we talk about that game where I was shooting baskets left and right with Bane?
What?
I was shooting left and right with Bane. Talk about that one where I facilitated the team.
I'm pretty sure in that game I outscored you too, since you're calling out to it. We'll scroll up. Let's see.
No, because you're writing
Desmond
history, pal.
Bane. You had 48, 4, 8, and 2 with Desmond Bane.
Yeah, right.
I had Tatum, 48 points.
So it sounds like the same stat so far.
7 rebounds.
How many did I have? 10?
4.
That's not what I heard.
You had 8 assists. I had 10 assists. You had 2 steals. I had 4 steals. And you had no blocks. I had 3 blocks.
You're saying
and
all
Jason
this.
Tatum's only 19 years old.
You're saying
That's
all
the
this.
really crazy thing. You know? Tatum's only 19. He can
That's
do all that
impressive.
shit. What can fucking, what can Lefraud do? What can LaChoke's-a-lot, you know? What's he going to do?
What can Lespaz do?
He's fucking 38 years old. All right, Jason Tatum's only 19.
That's true. He's in his prime. You know what? Lalame's in? Not his prime.
You always pick the worst ones. That's be more of like a stomp, like LeBron.
Yeah. I never claimed to be good at this.
I don't know. This has been a pretty. We still got to come up with the fucking. There's got to be at least one more guy, one more trio. There's got to be a third guy who can be in the same category, the same vein of Bapa and King James.
Should we think of another sports guy? Keep it in the family, or should we have something completely?
That's so
oblivious?
fucking funny to say. Keep it in the sports family with the. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, hold on. I was wrong. I forgot Brendan Schaub actually was in the UFC. In my mind, he's just a guy who thinks he played in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I always forget that. I was thinking of the UFC guy.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I guess he is an athlete. That's true. I'll give again credit where credit's due. Pisses in sink. Sometimes guys got piss in a sink. It comes with being a guy. One of the guys. Pissing on your pants and wearing them on the podcast and then saying he's noticeable. Not so much of a guy thing.
No, but it's a pretty cool.
It shows shows the amount of humility a person can have.
Because he's one of the greats.
It shows the fact that he's one of the greats to the point where he's just one of the everyday man.
Yeah,
the best of the best.
Someone we can all relate to.
Really,
he's better than us.
Anything that can unify everyone in the entire universe. It's just the universal nature that is Brendan Schaub of just says the right thing all the time, knows how to say it, knows how to pronounce it, knows what way to use it, knows exactly how to use it in a response to something else someone said. Can carry a conversation, can lead a conversation, can be a part of a conversation, can join in on a conversation. He's very knowledgeable of all things you could talk about in any given conversation. Has both seen things and hasn't seen them depending on what is more important to that current part of the conversation. So he can be on the right side of the that's how smart he is. He's always putting his best foot forward, and he's trying to make sure he's on the right side of the conversation. He gets called out all the time, like, oh, wait, you just said that NHL players are pussies, and now you're saying NHL players are actually the toughest? Because he's always on the right side of the conversation. If you're not changing with the times,
then you're wrong.
Exactly.
You can't be wrong.
We give credit to people for being like, able to always, reinvent themselves and stay with it. It's like, dude, guy's staying with it.
He's pivoting. That's all the greats
in
do.
Conversation.
People are saying that makes him a liar or dumb. That makes him the smartest man in the world.
It means
he's
he just
always
knows how to read
right
a room.
side.
That's why he does so well on stage, because he knows how to read a room.
We could be learning a lot from this guy.
That's what I was gonna say. This is gonna be one of those things where it's like, Brendan Schaub it's gonna be one of those things where like, the hate doesn't stop, 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 right? Mm-hmm. Then one thing leads to another. A barrel of something's pointed at something else. Click, click. Okay, no more Brendan Schaub, right?
Okay.
And everyone's like, fuck. We should have hated him a little less, right? And this one goes into the whole other thing of the spectrum where they're like, damn, there's actually a lot to appreciate about this guy. And my point is going to be like the next Kurt Cobain sort of a thing where it's like,
he was one of the greats.
Gone too soon, one of the all-time greats. Unfortunately, missed the whole 27 mark by about 20 years. I think he might only be 40. He looks like he's 60, which kind of makes it that weird uncanny valley. And I'm just saying, it's going to go the full other way where it's going to make we're going to look back in 20 years, 40 years when we're talking to our grandkids and our kids and being like, no, fucking, guy was ahead of his time. Guy was totally ahead of his time. We took him for granted, all of us. We took Bapa, we took Big Bapa for granted.
All of us. It's on us.
It was one of those things where it's they always say that the first person to do something great doesn't get any of the glory. It's the second person who does after it's already been introduced. Unfortunately, he was just the first guy down that hill, and just in showing us the ways of the future, how to interact. It's just both have the most absolute to be absolute in your opinion, while also not having any absolution of your opinions.
That's called true nirvana.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Brendan Schaub is the Anunnaki. He's ascended into singularity. That's how he's so knowledgeable of all things. When he just brings up random
because
facts.
he knows he's never wrong.
He's never wrong, and he also goes back there in time and shit. He's a fucking jumping all around. That's why he knows so much about like history and war and all those cool things he talks about. That's why he can just pull out, talking about when the blood moon in Egypt happened on the 3rd day of the fucking 14th night of the battle, and he's all like, they stopped to marvel at it. It's like, 'cause he was there. Because he read a book about it, right? Uh-huh. He knew all the words and sentences. He gathered all the information, right? Uh-huh. He even like corrected shit in the margins, like, oh, that's actually a run-on sentence.
Yeah, I was there. It's not.
That's
correct.
actually not blah blah blah. And then he's like, you know what? I gotta fact check this. He's like, when did they say this was? Fucking May 4th, 422 BC.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, let's go look. He goes over there.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, damn, that shit's true. That's why it's in the. He fact checks. It keeps it in the history books. So when he's changing his stance, like you said, that's him because he went back. He jumpered back to the past. He jumpered, and then he was like, "Oh shit, no! NHL players are tough. They're not pussies." I can't believe on Patrick Bet-David's podcast. By the way, that made me laugh so hard seeing the PBD network.
Yeah, who is that guy again?
Some jerk off. I don't know. That may have. Thank you for asking the question. That may have come across for a split second where they're like, "Wait, is Alex saying like I can't believe he was on the Patrick Bet-David network as like a cool thing?"
Yeah, it seemed like
no.
I guess he's cool in his fault because he's on the PDB
That guy's
network.
a loser, bottom dollar bitch, right? I don't care if his money is up, okay? He fucking that guy's so lame. He's just so much of he definitely saw Wolf of Wall Street and was like, that's how I should act, but I'm a Christian.
Oh wow. Dude, when you said the Wolf of Wall Street bit, I'm like, I know who this person is exactly. And you said the Christian, I'm like, whoa.
So he's like...
completely different person, but I'm with you.
He's that guy, but he's also like, I have family values. He might not be a Christian. I'm just saying, he's definitely a religious person, whatever his religious denomination is.
You can say anything you want about me, but you say anything about my wife or my kids, I'll break your fucking neck.
No, he's definitely not that guy at all. He's definitely more like, do you know who you are talking to? Why would you're going to talk about my wife and my kids. Do you know how wealthy I am? You're gonna talk about my wife and my kids to me on my. I bring you onto my show, and you're gonna sit across from me and talk about my wife and my. What is wrong with you as a person to do that way? What makes you think that that's something you should be doing right here in this situation? That's how he'd handle it, I think.
Very different impression I went for.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing, but it wasn't that.
I thought he was Italian. I went for the Italian tough guy voice.
No, I never once say he was a tough guy at all.
What's his name?
Patrick Bet-David.
I said Dino.
No.
I was like, that sounds Italian.
Dino would sound Italian.
That's
Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Gracias.
Gracias.
This is pure comedy genius.
No, I guess that's the big three of just, we got the greatest to ever play basketball, LeBron James, the greatest to ever play football, to greatest ever to grace an octagon, a boxing ring,
and the stages of comedy.
Just one of the that they always say Bo Jackson, right?
Uh-huh.
One of the best athletes of all time. Fucking LeBron, one of the best athletes of all time. Fucking
Brendan Schaub, one of the best athletes of all time.
I was gonna say Brendan. No, you see, you fucked it there. I was gonna say a third example, like Muhammad Ali, one of the best athletes of all time.
Sorry.
And I was gonna say,
but it's more impressive.
Brendan Schaub, best athlete of all time. You hear what I did there?
Yeah. Best of all time. You
No.
One of. You
best of all time versus
one of
the best of all time.
Okay.
So we got the best, organized sports player of all time, LeBron. The best just overall athlete of all time, Brendan Schaub. And then the best intellectual of all time, Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah, that's our Mount Rushmore. We need a fourth.
We do need a fourth for our Mount Rushmore, you'd think?
That's the next episode.
That's this episode. That's the crazy part. That's the fucking twist I keep on coming. So who's the fourth person? So we got the body represented, the fucking... What would we like the... You got the mind, the soul...
The heart.
The heart...
It's a little too similar to the soul, isn't it?
Yeah, and
let's call it the heart.
So no, hold on. We have the brain of Patrick Bet. We're creating
the perfect person.
Yeah,
the Mount Rushmore of people, if you will.
So we have the intellectual one,
Brendan Schaub.
You'd think. Well, okay, that's tough actually. Because again,
he's always changing
also
time
so
for all of us. He goes back and corrects everything. He's the world's ultimate fact checker.
It's interesting because he's more of like that blue collar smart guy,
Yeah, he's the one of the everyday. He's got piss on his pants like all of us.
Gets his hands. I meant that gets his hands dirty like working on a car, but you're right. Gets his hands really dirty doing a hell of a lot of gross fucking things. That's a great point. Never even thought of that. So fine. So
really, we don't even need LeBron or PBD in this one because
no, we do need
Brendan
PBD
Schaub's the body, the mind.
We need that Patrick Bet David network.
You're right, my mistake. So he's the intellectual. He's the PBD is the mind.
Yeah. The body of LeBron James. Now that's the body of Christ. That's what we'll break down to a more religious thing, right?
It makes complete sense.
We should need a fourth person for that Mount Rushmore. Who's the fourth person that goes into this
Brendan
category?
Schaub's the heart.
I don't know.
Or just the overall.
He's the cock. He's the cock and balls.
The best part.
He's because he fucks.
He's the thick boy. It makes complete sense.
He fucks.
You're not anything without your libido.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Tiger Belly, man. Not Tiger Belly. What's his fucking dumb whiskey name?
Thick boy, isn't it?
Thick boy whiskey, I think. But isn't his son's name
I think it's
Tiger?
called cum juice, actually. I think it's just called cum juice.
I would drink that. Actually, that'd be awesome. I'd buy that. You tell me there's a whiskey I can buy called cum juice?
This is it's actually called
great
my
for three.
cum.
This is great for one of the next three reasons. Either A, it makes your cum taste better. Win.
Win.
B,
Schwing.
B, it's cum.
Schwing.
And C, it's just really good whiskey. Schwing. You can't lose.
And when you
then you call it fucking what do you call it? Like Fire Tiger.
I think it's called Nectar. I think Nectar's in the title.
I don't. That's
because he read Nectar on the back of a book somewhere.
Brendan Schaub whiskey. I think his son's name's Tiger Thick.
His son's name is Tiger Thick.
No. My son
is my son, Tiger Thick Schaub.
$84,
dude. Fuck that shit,
dude. You should I should get a turn at fucking him in the ass for $84. What the fuck? Tiger Thick, get the fuck away from me. A harmonious, Brendan Schaub can't even say the word harmonious if he reads. So that's fucking hilarious. He can't even show his friends the bottle. So he's like, it's a Tiger Thick whiskey. Harmon.
That says
harmonious.
Beavis.
Harmonious. A harmonious blend of American bourbon, whiskey, and Japanese. Yo, there's a typo. Why does the whiskey not have an E on this one, but it has an E on the other one?
Is it really?
Okay, now see, you're dumber than Brendan. Nah, God, wait, I'm not even going to explain it. Fucking, then it has 5 Japanese symbols, 48% alcohol by volume. Batch.
Now you got to explain. You can't leave me on a cliff like that.
I was doing it. That was one of those things that was like a joke.
Yeah.
At the expense of him.
But he's a fucking idiot. Maybe he does have a typo on his sleeve. He knows what the fuck it is.
No, you're the fucking idiot.
No, you're the fucking idiot, man. I'm standing up now.
The point is that whiskey is spelled with an E only when it's American whiskey. If it's Canadian or Scotland or fucking Japanese or anything else, it's always without the E.
I knew that.
So my little throwaway joke was that Brendan Schaub, which I didn't have to explain this,
but you said
was that Brendan Schaub was like, yo, there's a typo here, because he's so fucking dumb, the guy who's talking about how he spent all this time picking the right whiskey, and he's a huge whiskey fan, knows everything about whiskey, and it's been his dream for a long time. The joke was that he doesn't know the fact that whiskey is only spelled with an E in America because he's so fucking dumb. And then you, in turn, decide to be that fucking dumb, and here we are. So I guess we found out who the fourth person on the Mount Rushmore of sheer fucking goddamn stupidity is. It goes LeBron James, Brendan Schaub, Patrick Bet David, and Robbie fucking Yurasits.
Back off, Charlie Brown. That's not, you couldn't be any further from the truth. First off, I know no matter what I say in this situation, it's all going to just be, you're just dealing with Big Papa. What's his name? Bapa?
Bapa.
You just do what Bapa does, where he just fact checks it. Okay. The only reason I asked you there was really a typo there is because I thought that it said Tiger Thick Whiskey. Since it's in America, it was spelled the way we spell it.
Yeah.
And then in the back was Japanese whiskey. It was the other way around.
That's
how I thought.
Hey, Robbie, are NHL players tough?
The toughest.
Hey, 5 minutes in the future. Hey, Robbie, are NFL players tough?
No, because they're all
straight
white
pussies.
guys.
Because they're all white guys. Straight pussies.
Yeah, no, fuck that. NFL's for fucking pussies. They're for white pussies.
I think his son's name is Tiger. I think his other son's name is Boston.
His other son's name is Thick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, I'm assuming...
This is my son's Thick and Long.
That'd be fucking sick.
These are my sons, Thick, Long, and Girthy Schwab. What's his name?
Schwab.
Is that how you say his name?
Schwab. He should be Brendan Schlong.
That's hilarious.
That's
These are my
hilarious.
sons, Thick.
Boston Schwab is his one son. And his others... What's his other son's name?
His name is Thick.
And it's not
with
Thick.
2 C's, too, which is even more fucked up.
I I can't find out. I think his other son's name is actually Tiger.
It is.
That's awesome.
It's just not Tiger Thick, I don't think. That was just me having fun
it's probably
with it.
Tiger. His wife.
Tiger Thick would be a dumb
Do
name.
you think
Tiger's
it's where?
a cool name.
Do you think it's actually where like Tiger is his actual legal first name, or do you think it's like a throwaway middle name that only he calls him? So do you think? I hope to God that his wife or his girlfriend or his partner or whatever it may be, I hope that she has enough respect for her kid's future to be like, no, you can call him Tiger. That's fine.
His name's actually Andrew.
And then he's like, Tiger Woods is named Tiger. And she's like, all right, when he wins the fucking Masters, we'll call him Tiger. But until then, let's call him Brian.
Let's call him Brian.
You'd think. I'm still trying to fact check if this is actually in fact.
So do you think that he named his son Brian then after his friend Brian whatever because he can only remember X amount of names?
That's with an I. Brian's with a Y. Different entirely.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So his name's not actually Tiger, it actually is Brian?
I have no idea what his name is.
So who do you mean one's with the
Tiger Woods' name isn't actually fucking Tiger, it's a nickname.
I thought it was Tiger Woods.
You thought his first name was legally Tiger?
Apparently Brendan Schaub's kid's name is legally Tiger.
You think Tiger Woods' father
why wouldn't Tiger Woods' dad be so inspired by the all-time great Brendan Schaub and name his son after what he named his son after? A tiger. Fucking riddle me that one, Alex.
Because Tiger's a nickname that makes sense to people say, hey, give him hell, Tiger. That's a thing that happens. That's not someone's first name. Okay, you know what Tiger's first name is?
What?
Yes.
Tiger Woods' first name?
Yes.
Benson.
Eldrick.
Eldrick Woods?
Yes.
So
sounds like an R&B singer.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a 70s R&B singer. The point is, okay, fucking Tiger Woods' dad wasn't going to name his son Tiger and ruin his life, all right? No one would take him seriously if he was actually named Tiger. Imagine if Magic Johnson's real name was actually Magic.
And he gave him that sweet R&B name in case the whole
thing didn't work out. Exactly. But Brendan Schaub, like, you know, again, he's not, his kids aren't getting gold jackets.
Gold jacket, green
jacket, who gives a shit?
Chiquita!